The Ducks pressed their luck in the second half against the Bruins, and it paid off. Oregon storms back from 15 down, and the result was another lost weekend for UCLA. At Gill, looking for the LA sweep, the Beavers got defensive against the Trojans and blew out USC. In the Palouse, the Pac-12 just got more interesting as the Cougars knocked the Bears out of sole possession of first place. On Montlake, the Dogs were looking to send the Cardinal home empty-handed. What can Brown do for the Buffs? Deliver a win at home over Arizona, apparently. In Salt Lake, the Utes went to the long ball to blow out the Devils, and the Glove Love is alive and well in Corvallis. Another 30 minutes of Inside the Pack rolls right now.
On the elbow now, Woods. Lead for Sim, pull up. Hard forwards.
I'll tell you, Tony Woods has been the catalyst.
Tony Woods on the inside, Garrett Sim and E.J. Singler on the outside and driving the lane, and Oregon is now tied atop the Pac-12 conference standings at 6-2. Hello and welcome to another edition of Inside the Pack. Tom Ward here with you again, joined as always by Nick Krupke. And Nick, no coincidence that the Ducks and Beavers both come away with weekend sweeps of the LA schools, sending them home 0-4 back to SoCal. It was clearly the defense for both teams on this weekend.
Yeah, the Ducks, they got some inspiring words at halftime because they came back and they lit that place up. 51 second half points, only, 24 in the first? It's been a dead building all season long, and it certainly was. But a nice crowd. A lot of people came to see the Pac-12 and Rose Bowl trophies of the football team being honored at halftime, 10,000 plus. But those fans waiting for something to cheer about. Now you got it. You got a first-place team in the conference, almost here now to the halfway point in the conference season. Time to get on the board, get on the bus here, and ride these guys because it may not be the greatest of conference opponents. You're still 6-2, and you're leading the way right now.
Right. It makes you think that the Civil War, next Sunday will be a pretty good atmosphere. And Oregon with 10 points off turnovers in the second half after only having 2 in the first half. Conversely, Oregon State played a wall-to-wall defensive effort against USC Saturday night at Gill. 21 points off turnovers, a lot of them coming from that 1-3-1 and an aggressive 2-3 matchup that they went to.
Yeah, all the season long, Craig Robinson wants to be more of a man-to-man team, but
he certainly does.
What we've seen when they go back to the 2-3 and the 1-3-1 and those traps, it certainly pays dividends too. You see all the forced turnovers. What are you going to do, Craig? And you go back to that or not?
Well, you got to play to your strengths, and one of the strengths is either Collier or Moreland out top on that 1-3-1 or, working the top of that 2-3 when they go to that and it's really aggressive. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Craig, he conceded that a little bit Saturday night after, the previous week. They went to it a little bit against Stanford. It worked, and then he went away from it for some reason. But right now, the Beavers back with a sign of life.
They can certainly peel off a few wins in a row here and revive. They're only 3 games out of first place.
Civil War is going to be epic, though.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, coming off just its second road sweep of the Arizona schools in 34 years, Oregon had the opportunity for a home sweep of the LA schools and to send UCLA home with another lost weekend. Oregon honored the Pac-12 and Rose Bowl champion football team at halftime of this one. The Matt Knight crowd gave the team a standing ovation. Might have been the loudest cheer of the day. Now, before the half, there wasn't a lot to cheer about for the fans. First half, David Ware misses off the dunk, but Bruins grab the rebound. Then Tyler Lamb drives in and banks it in. Bruins up 13-4. The Bruins shot 51% in the first half. Travis Ware doesn't miss this dunk. 17 for him. UCLA up 37-24 at the break. Second half, Ducks come out hot. A 15-2 run. Garrett Sim buries the 3 ball, draws the foul for a 4-point play. 16 for Sim. Tony Woods capped off the run off a Sim missed jumper. Deep in the Woods is there for the follow slam, and we are tied at 39. The Bruins tried to pull away from there. Zeke Jones, nice touch in the lane, puts UCLA back on top by 8. Jones had 14. You might think the Ducks would roll over, but they bounced back after a missed free throw. E.J. Singler with the board in the follow. Oregon up 2. Oregon then extended the lead. Jonathan Lloyd, kick out 3 ball. That's good. Ducks shot 50% in the second half. They're up 55-52. Then it's Sim taking it to the hoop, gets it to go. 65-59 Oregon with 1:21 left. And from there, the Ducks again hit their free throws, and it was E.J. coming up big at the line. He went 16 of 17 as Oregon puts the Bruins away 75-68, propelling them to 6-2 and a tie for first place in the conference with Cal. A career-high 26 for Singler. So does that mean the hair tie stays? I wanted to know if he's going to stick with that hairdo.
We'll be on the fence on that one.
Yeah.
It's the Ducks' first 4-game win streak in the Pac is peeling off 6 in a row back in the 07 Elite 8 season. The freebies paid off 28 of 32. UCLA just 10 of 21 from that charity stripe. So with 1 game left before the turn of the conference season, the Ducks could be heading to the Rocky Mountains in 2 weeks with sole possession of first place in the Pac-12. But not if that horrendous unit from the first half shows up again. Altman said afterward, quote, "We set the game of basketball back 10 years there in the first half." Back to the future they went, though. That 15-2 run in the second half really fueled by that full court press on defense. Defensive pressure brought those turnovers, rushed UCLA into some quick shots as well, and Tony Woods recorded both blocks. He also altered Minnie. He and the Ducks did a great job, too, on Josh Smith. Just 6 points in 12 minutes, 4 fouls for the beefy sophomore out of Seattle. The Ware brothers, they got theirs, but UCLA contained to 35% shooting in that second half. We talked about Tony last week a lot, too. Woods now 32 blocks in the year, 10 regular season games left, got the conference tournament, then maybe a postseason tournament, too. Blair Rasmussen has the single-season Duck record of 42, so seems like Tony might be on his way to that. But, boy, can you bring back the casual fan, which they kind of seemed to do on Saturday?
Sure.
Will those fans come back now that football won't be intertwined with the rest of the way?
Right. Well, and Dana Altman talking about Tony Woods after the game said, you know, this guy changes our defense, really makes it a lot easier for guys to rotate and help out because they've got this safety net back there that, you know, he just makes things happen.
He's always there. He's got that huge wingspan, and he's not jumping. If he, they're just forcing guys to not go into the lane and clog the lane here too, because he has just been a beast for them so far this season for sure.
Well, even though Craig Robinson's Beavers had experienced more than their share of tough luck so far in the conference schedule, that wasn't bothering former Beaver Gary Payton prior to Saturday's game. Said Payton, quote, "I think these guys are going to win the Pac-12 tournament come March. I really do." The Glove, the OSU Hall of Famer, in the house on Saturday night, the National Player of the Year in 1990 before being drafted 2nd overall by the Supersonics.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Sonics. Jared Cunningham playing in front of his mentor from the Bay Area. We go to the first half. Early in the game, Cunningham off the steal, takes flight. The Cunning Jam gives the Beavers an early 2-point lead. A little later, more Cunningham from long range. GP found that shot later in his career. Beavers up 23-12. Then Devon Collier gets it started with the wicked block right here. And then at the other end, he finishes with the slam. Give him the payoff. 27-14 OSU. Collier leads the league in field goal percentage because he gets those high percentage attempts. Just before the half, more OSU pressure D leads Collier, bending more iron. 36-22 Beavers at the break. Second half, Ahmad Starks gets the scoring going. Hits a 3, make it 39-22 Beavers. Starks finished with 10. Every Beaver who played scored except for one. Angus Brandt gets into the act from 3. He had 9, a little fist pump there. Oregon stayed up 19, then off the miss. Eric Moreland, no look to Joe Burton. Look at this little feed. That is nice. Up and under for 2. It's a long road back to the top of the pack, but 2 straight. A nice start as the Beavers get it done in front of a feisty crowd at Gill. 78-59, 10 team steals for OSU, and the Beavers took advantage of 18 Trojan turnovers, as we mentioned earlier, converting them into 21 points. OSU shared the ball as well, 18 assists on 30 field goals.
Yeah, USC had not allowed more than 66 points this year, but Oregon State got it 67th on an Angus Brandt free throw with 4 minutes to play. They shot nearly 51% from the floor, 40 points in the paint. Cunningham with 18, Joe Burton 11 points, 9 rebounds. The hustle board lit up in the Beavers' favor. A 9-board edge on the glass, 15-6 on the offensive end, with 16 second-chance points to the Trojans, only 4. A lot of that aggressive play, I thought, stemmed again from that return of the 1-3-1. Coach Robb still stands by his team having a base defensive man-to-man, but no denying when they slip into that 1-3-1 or that 2-3, they certainly find success more often than not. Leads to a lot of easy buckets. They still lead the conference in shooting percentage. Eric Moreland, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 11 boards in 24 minutes. His length, his wingspan, so effective down there too. Collier got active, helping clog the passing lanes. That's what Jared thrives on. The Beavers, tops in block shots in the league, steals and assists. Their 10 swipes help lead to those 21 points off turnovers, 16 fast break points. 82 points per outing they're getting, the highest scoring team in the league. allowing a shave over 72. Only Washington, though, allows more. Last week, Craig Robb in Arizona talked about getting back to the basics. We'll see what they did this week. It seemed like they did a little bit. Still got some work to do on defense, but we were putting up 82 points a game, and he even talked about that, too. You can kind of withstand some terrible defense at times when you can score that much, but they got to put more focus, of course, back on D when the shots aren't there.
He also said high school recruits that want to come to Oregon State or other colleges like to score, so it's good to be leading the league in scoring.
Yeah.
When they play that 2-3, they play it aggressively. This isn't some pack in the paint 2-3. This is out in your face, disrupting the other team's offense, and that's how you win games. Now, it's been a long time since Oregon and Oregon State both beat the Trojans and Bruins on the same weekend. So we were wondering, when was the last time they both swept the LA schools? We had to dig to find it, but here it is, February of 1990. Oregon and Oregon State got it done on a home weekend. On Thursday, Oregon beat the Bruins 105-99. The Beavers beat USC 98-94 in overtime. Then on Saturday, OSU took care of the Bruins 83-74. The Ducks finished things off by beating the Trojans on Sunday 96-79. It was certainly a tale of two halves for the Ducks at Matthew Knight Arena on Saturday, and another lost weekend for UCLA in the Willamette Valley. Still to come on ITP. Back to Matt Knight for more with the Ducks, who used a pesky full-court press to jumpstart the comeback.
We've had some good possessions. We've executed a few that have worked out pretty good. So, but no, it's the guys just making sure they know what they want to do.
Plus, Colorado's conference title hopes got a big shot in the arm on Saturday against Arizona, and the glove returned to Gill for the first time since his playing days, and it was all he and Beaver fans hoped it would be. And as always, lots more Beavers, Ducks, and the rest of the Pac-12 online all the time at our website, InsideThePac.com. We're back after this.